Well, I want to return now to our top story. President-elect Donald Trump has picked an anti-vaccine activist, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Vaccine stocks, including Moderna and Novavax, fell sharply on that news. It's the latest in a series of controversial choices for his upcoming administration. Trump also named Matt Gaetz as the Attorney General and Tulsi Gabbard to be the Director of National Intelligence, as well as Fox News host Pete Hegseth as the Defense Secretary. Trump also said he wants the Senate to help his cabinet picks bypass confirmation hearings. Well, he has just announced that former Congressman Doug Collins as his pick to run the Department of Veteran Affairs. Well, Brian Todd has more on what Kennedy might do if he's confirmed.
I'm going to let him go wild on health. I'm going to let him go wild on the food. I'm going to let him go wild on medicines.
The person Donald Trump's going to let go wild, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is the 70-year-old son of Democratic icon Robert Kennedy and has become known mostly for espousing outlandish, false conspiracy theories about the COVID virus.
COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese.
And he's repeatedly, baselessly called the COVID-19 vaccines unsafe.
There could be widespread disinformation to the public about what they should or shouldn't be doing in terms of their public health.
The co-chair of Trump's transition team told CNN's Caitlin Collins this about what Kennedy might try to do with the COVID vaccines that are in place now, which have been proven to be mostly safe.
He says, if you give me the data, all I want is the data, and I'll take on the data and show that it's not safe, and then if you pull the product liability, the companies will yank these vaccines right off of the market.
In May of this year, it was revealed that Kennedy once claimed in a deposition that a parasitic worm had once entered his brain and died, which he said led to, quote, severe brain fog and trouble with his short-term memory. He actually joked about it.
Maybe a brainworm ate that part of my memory.
Earlier this year, in a rambling video posted on X, Kennedy admitted that about 10 years ago, he was driving in upstate New York when he found the carcass of a dead bear that had been hit by a vehicle.
So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear.
But Kennedy said he got sidetracked by several events that day, couldn't go home, didn't know what to do with the bear. So he decided to leave the carcass in New York's Central Park and make it look like a bike accident.
So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something.
The whole story, the wild, weird story that RFK Jr. told about the bear cub and how it got into Central Park has really made an impact, and not a positive one for him.
This summer, an article in Vanity Fair had a photo of Kennedy appearing to pantomime eating a dog carcass. Kennedy denied it was a dog.
It's actually me eating a goat in Patagonia.
That same Vanity Fair article published allegations that Kennedy had sexually assaulted a former nanny for his family. Kennedy sidestepped the accusations.
I am not a church boy.
Well, thanks to Brian Todd there. The House Ethics Committee is expected to discuss its long-awaited report on former Congressman Matt Gaetz. Sources telling CNN that the committee will meet Friday. It's been looking into allegations of sex trafficking and sex with an underage girl, as well as using his position to obstruct the ethics investigation. If the report comes out, the Senate could have its hands full confirming Gaetz as Attorney General. During an appearance last year on Newsmax, he expressed interest in the job and predicted the Senate's reaction.
We go take the White House back, and you never know, David, it may be an Attorney General Matt Gaetz down the road or someone of my liking who will be there to actually enforce the law and provide the accountability, not just the vision, but the actual accountability. The people that are sending you those messages deserve that in a free and just and constitutional republic.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. And I like that. I like that. Attorney General Matt Gaetz. Are you kidding me? Man.
The world is not ready, probably. Certainly Senate confirmation wouldn't be. But, you know,
well, we're getting
a
there.
Boy can dream.
A boy can dream. MANU RAJU is joining me now. Good to see you, MANU. So, you know, we have heard from Donald Trump, who has said that he wants to clear out people in the Justice Department and those who've gone after him. He's now named Matt Gaetz as the Attorney General, who's also indicated retribution, and according to Axios reporting, has said that he wants to go in and slash jobs in the Justice Department. I mean, what could that mean, and what sort of reaction are you hearing from lawmakers on Capitol Hill?
Yeah, a lot of people are shocked, a lot of people are stunned, and a lot of people, including Republicans, are withholding their support. And that is the big question right now on Capitol Hill, about whether or not Gates, in fact, could get the job by a Senate confirmation. Here in the United States Senate, of course, you need a majority of the 100 senators here to get a cabinet position. And right now, with the new Congress after this election, Republicans are expected to have 53 seats. There's one seat that still has not been finalized yet, but if that goes the Republicans' way, which it seems that it may, they would have 53 seats, meaning they can only lose 3 Republican senators. However, there are far more than 3 Republican senators who are upset, who are concerned, who are suggesting that they would vote against this nomination, leaving real questions about whether or not he can actually get the votes in order to get the job. And talking to Republicans today, they made clear about their concerns with this pick and warned Donald Trump that he may not get the votes for his AG pick.
I have concerns that he can't get across the finish line, and we're going to spend a lot of political capital. I say we. A lot of people will spend a lot of political capital on something that even if they got done, you'd have to wonder if it was worth it.
But the early picks, they don't give you any pause.
Well, they appear to be people that the president-elect knows well, and he is selecting those who he's got a comfort level with. The real question is going to be, does the Senate, that has the responsibility for the confirmation, have the same level of confidence?
Now, this all comes as the House Ethics Committee is expected to meet tomorrow morning about an ongoing investigation that really had been going on for multiple years into Matt Gaetz, allegation of sexual misconduct, allegations that Gaetz himself has denied. But Gaetz abruptly resigned from the House yesterday after getting this pick. And after he resigned, essentially that investigation ended. It didn't have any, couldn't move forward. But lawmakers could still vote in that committee to release that information. And that's what a lot of Democrats are demanding right now. They want that information out before there's any vote next year to confirm him. Republicans, for the most part, are not joining those calls. Some want to see that information come out. But that's a big question here, Linda, whether or not the information will come out, when it would, and what it says, and whether or not that could be enough to tank this nomination altogether.
And Manu, one of the other controversial picks indeed is RFK Jr., picked to be the head of the Health and Human Services Department. How hard will it be to get him confirmed, given his wild conspiracy theories about vaccines and fluoride and all these other things? And is it possible that Trump could bypass the confirmation hearings?
Yeah, absolutely he could bypass it. In fact, that's what Donald Trump said in just the last few days as the Republicans were choosing their new leader of the Senate majority. He said the next Senate majority leader must agree to allow him to make what's known as recess appointments. That means the constitutional authority given to the president when the Senate is on an extended recess period, they're not in session, that the president can go in and install someone to the post and bypass the Senate altogether. Well, that has not really been done in about 17 years because of the maneuvering by Senate majorities to prevent the Senate from going into extended recesses. But Trump is saying, you know what? The new majority leader needs to agree with me. And the Senate Republican leader who was just elected yesterday, Senate Republican leader John Thune, has indicated an openness to that, but has not said that he would do that in order for Donald Trump to install people like RFK Jr. And there is a lot of controversy, Linda. A lot of Republicans are concerned about his views. We've not gotten a full airing yet of Republicans who left town this afternoon for their weekend before this news broke. We'll get a better sense next week whether or not the votes are actually there. But I can assure you, many will have concerns and many will want to hear what he has to say in those high-profile confirmation hearings that will take place early next year.
All right, Linda? A lot to stay across. Certainly a lot of names coming at us to be in Donald Trump's new cabinet. Manu, Raju for us on Capitol Hill. Good to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you.